My name is Liz and I'm a registered dietitian at the UNC Wellness Center. Today is a gray, cold, rainy day. So what kinds of foods do you enjoy eating on those kinds of days? Mac and cheese, of course. So I have my Instant Pot and we're going to go ahead and demo a mac and cheese made in the Instant Pot. Great thing about that, super quick. Doesn't take very long at all. One pot. You only have one dish to have to clean up at the end. And so this is a great baseline recipe to kind of get you started, and then you can go ahead and modify it any way you want to. So let's get started. Have my Instant Pot here. We're going to go ahead and put 4 cups of water and about a half a tablespoon of salt. And then the pasta. I wanted to try something a little bit different this time, so I got the Barilla Pasta Plus elbows. There's about 10 grams of protein in here. How do they do that? They go ahead and make pasta like they normally do, but they add in there some protein from lentils, from chickpeas, and from pea protein. So it's a great way to get a little bit more protein in your diet, plant-based protein, and it's also, because you add some of those other kinds of flours in there, it's going to increase the fiber content. So there's about 5 grams of total dietary fiber. Half of it is going to be your insoluble fiber, the other half is soluble. Great way to get some more fiber in your diet. So we went ahead and put in our 4 cups of water. We have our half a tablespoon of kosher salt. Now we're pouring our pasta, give it a little stir, and that's all you do in the first step. So put the lid on. You want to make sure that the seal is closed on the top of the vent. And you're going to set it onto manual for about 4 minutes. So most Instant Pots take about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on the version, to come up to pressure. And then it will count down from the 4. It's going to count down from the 4 to go ahead and get down to where it's cooked. And then we're going to come back after those minutes are up and we are going to do the next step. See you soon. Hey there, I'm back. All right, it's been the 4 minutes. It went ahead and beeped. It's going to start a countdown, or a count up, I should say, to where it's just basically just keeping it warm. So you want to, this is where you need to be really careful. I have one of my dish towels because the steam can come out, it can really burn you. So it starts to spew out all kinds of the water and whatnot. So I usually just slowly release the additional steam. Making a bit of a mess. So I'm going to halfway cover that up with my dish towel so it doesn't spew all that hot starchy water all over my counter. All right, when it comes to an end and it is releasing the rest of the steam, then you can go ahead and turn and take your lid off. So I usually go ahead and give just a quick stir to my pasta. I'm going to put my pot holders on so you can see. It's just, your pasta's cooked. It took 4 minutes, except for the rising in pressure. But it took 4 minutes to cook your pasta. Super fast, super easy. So next thing, you go ahead and add your things to it. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. Drop that in. We have evaporated milk. I went ahead and used 2% evaporated milk because, come on, mac and cheese can be high in fat. I'm trying to keep it down a little bit here. Now you want to make sure that when you buy your evaporated milk, that you're actually buying evaporated milk. It's usually right next to the sweetened condensed milk, and that's where you don't want to grab that. That's usually frequently what you use for sweet desserts. You can use it to make ice cream, you can use it to make fudge, all kinds of puddings, all kinds of stuff. But this is not that. So you want to make sure that this is actually the evaporated milk and not the sweetened condensed milk. And then you need your cheese. So this is where you can get fancy, you can do whatever you want to. I have a combination in here of primarily sharp cheddar, but I'm also putting a little bit of mozzarella only because that's what I had in my fridge. But you can put Gruyere in here. You can go ahead and use something like Gouda. Be creative, put whatever you like in there as far as your cheese. So our butter is melted. You dump your cheese in. You give it a stir. And because it's still on, it is just keeping it warm. So you can go ahead and leave this in here. You can put the lid back on and let it keep warm until you're ready to eat, which is what we're going to do tonight because we're not quite ready to eat yet. But this is a great recipe you can make ahead of time, and you can allow for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my gloves on again so you can see. Everything about my Instant Pot is super hot at this point, so you don't wanna touch it. But if I take my pot out of there, out of the heating unit, as you can see, it's mac and cheese. Super easy, super yum. So, like I said, it's a one-pot meal. It is fast, and this is where you can get fancy. Like I said, you can do different cheeses. This is where you can throw some broccoli in there. You can throw some ham in there. Whatever you want. All kinds of fun things you can do. So I know a lot of you may have gotten an Instant Pot for Christmas. It was kind of a big gift item. I hope this was a recipe that you can use and maybe modify it to your own likings, and you can use this to start using your Instant Pot. Hope you enjoyed this today, and hope to see you again soon. Take care.